The novel Buddenbrooks by Thomas Mann was published in 1901. It describes the decline of a German merchant family over 4 generations. As the novel opens, Johann Buddenbrook, the son of the original founder of the company, hosts other prominent townspeople for a housewarming dinner at their new home on Mengstrasse. Buddenbrooks family members are involved in grain and related enterprises. The elder Johann has built the company into one of the best in the town over the last few decades. He is also attended by his son, Consul Buddenbrook, along with his wife and 3 children, Tony, Thomas, and Christian. Following dinner, Consul discusses a letter that he has received from his half brother and the elder Johann's first son, Gotthold. As a result of Johann's choice of wife, Gotthold has been cut off from the family business. So the elder Johann does not give Gotthold any additional funding. When the Buddenbrooks have a second daughter, they send Tony to a boarding school and then visit her relatives. When the elder Johann dies, the business is passed to council and Thomas leaves school to join his father in the family business. He meets a young medical student named Morton during his vacation in the nearby town of Travemünde. Their love is mutual. However, her father desires that she marry a merchant named Grundlich. She leaves Morton in the belief that it is her family obligation to marry Grundlich. After living together for a while and having a daughter with Grundlich, Council learns that Grundlich has married his daughter in order to pay off debts, and now he is asking Council to repay more of his debts. As a consequence of her guilt in placing Tony in this position, Council takes her home and divorces Grundlich. As a result of his force of will and reputation, Council settles an uprising in 1848 and prevents further disturbances. Council dies shortly and leaves the family business to his son Thomas. In spite of lacking the religious devotion and virtue of his father, Thomas is an able businessman. His brother Christian is not interested in business and prefers to spend his time at London theatres and in Chili's bars. Gerda, an old school friend of Tony's from Amsterdam, marries Thomas. He grows the business well and Christian returns to the town from abroad. After visiting Munich, he stays with his friends. Tony meets Aloy Perminader, a hop merchant. Upon marriage, Gerda and Thomas have a sick son named Johann, Hano. After receiving Tony's dowry, the hop dealer quits his job in order to live and drink on the cash. He is left by Tony when she discovers him attempting to rape a servant after a night of drinking. Thomas becomes a senator and expands his business further. He builds a new house for his family on Broad Strasse, much larger than the existing one. Thomas's mother passes away and the 2 brothers quarrel following her death. It is Thomas's only sister, Tony, who alienates him from everyone except for his mother. Hano becomes a sickly child with only passion for music. Thomas despairs and loses hope in life. He dies from a stroke after an unsuccessful tooth extraction. In addition to selling the house on Broad Strasse, Gerda has already sold the house on Mengstrasse. Christian marries a woman in Hamburg before being imprisoned in a mental asylum. Gerda and Hano move out of town. Hano dies of typhoid fever 2 years after his father, so Gerda returns to Amsterdam. Tony is the last remaining Buddenbrook in the town.